talk about the hardware on this Stratocaster. I've said this before. I got all this stuff from Musiclily. They're a company that sells online. They sell mostly through Amazon, but they also have their own website as well. And I want to do a brief overview of all the hardware, and then we're going to do a bit more of a deep dive into that trem system. That I popped in there. So let's go top to bottom. We'll walk through everything we got. Starting with the top, I've got the Musiclily locking tuners on there, and they were super easy to attach. I've used them on other guitars before. This is my second guitar with Musiclily locking tuners, but the first one with this exact model, and they are awesome. They install quickly, easily, right away. I've got a video of them being installed, and I'll probably play that over some of the audio here when I did the actual mods myself. Locking tuners, I think, are a must for, honestly, for everything now. I've got one guitar that doesn't have locking tuners, and I was reminded very quickly that I want locking tuners. It just makes tuning easier. It's more stable. You're not going to have a string slip out or anything. They're great. Then we got the string tree. I wanted to go all black hardware. String tree is a string tree. It works, gets the job done, looks good. I don't know if there's a lot of nuance into string trees. Can't really answer that one. And then I got strap locks on here, as you can see. They work great. They're strap locks. You just pop them on. They're awesome. This guitar is going to get a lot more live use than some of my other guitars, so strap locks are important. I think one of the more striking features on this guitar is the aluminum pickguard, and I just think it looks cool. It feels cool. It gives it just a nice little different vibe. The finish on this guitar has always been kind of metallic. It's just a beautiful, yellow, orange, gold. And this lighting, it just looks amazing gold. I think that the aluminum pickguard matches it really well. I've heard people say there is a slight difference in tone characteristics. I don't know. I haven't had these pickups on it and anything else. But yeah, into the pickups, which are Aurora tone pickups. I've talked about those at length. Then the knobs and the wiring harness, it's all Musiclily stuff as well. The wiring harness, honestly, super simple to put in. And then that jack there, I did have to modify the jack cavity a little bit to let it slip in there, but it's in there now. Sorry, I didn't do it. Todd from Royal Harp did that for me when he did the setup for this guitar because I just didn't have time, and he does a way better job. So shout out to Royal Harp Music in Saskatoon because they're the best. And then ending off with this tremolo. I'd never replaced a trem before on a guitar. This was my first time doing it. It was super easy. This is your basic kind of blade trem that you find on a Strat. The way that it works is you've got your kind of spring mechanism at the back there, attaches in there. You can see there's a real brass block in the back. It's much heavier than that was on the stock one. I think it feels great. I think it sustains pretty well. And yeah, so it kind of pivots on the screws. They didn't line up perfectly. Just the two outside screws were a little off, but they were very easy to fix and modify. It moves well. The action on it was super easy to set up. Intonation moves very easily. It honestly does the trick for a trem. It looks great. It holds tune really well. That combination of that and the locking tuners, I think, make for a guitar that's pretty stable, pretty in tune, especially as far as Strats go. And yeah, I think honestly, it's a great option. It's not that expensive. I've seen trems go for hundreds of dollars. This one, and like I said before, Musiclily did send me this trem, but these are my honest thoughts on it. I've played more expensive guitars that have comparable trems. This feels great. This feels as good as any American Strat that I've played trem-wise. Yeah, for this style, I think it's honestly exactly what you're looking for. It sounds great, plays great. There's a couple features on it that I really like. I like just like the all black look. I like this arm, doesn't have the knob at the end. I don't really love the knob. I don't know, I don't like it. And there's something that I really like on it. It's not a threaded bar. So I don't know if you're familiar with a lot of trims. A lot of the threaded bar ones, when you wind them in, you get them to the spot where you want them to go, and they're just there. This one, it plops in, and then there's a little Allen key to adjust at the back, so you can choose kind of where the sticking point is. So I hate if I'm playing live and I want to grab my trem bar and I don't know where it is. I have to look and grab it. Or if it's hanging loose, this will just go where you want it to. So like, case in point, let's say I want it right there. I can shake this guitar. I can wiggle it around all I want. It's kind of silly. The trem's not moving. It is right where it wants to be, but it's not hard to move out of the way if I want to move it out of the way. So it just goes where you want it to. I really like that. So overall, I think this trem is awesome. There's going to be some playing. Loop through this video, kind of more trem heavy stuff so you can hear it. But yeah, honestly, all the Musiclily stuff is great. If you're modding guitars on a budget, which is what I tend to do, I don't really go with, like... Honestly, all the Musiclily stuff is great. If you're modding guitars and you don't want to spend a fortune, maybe you're just getting into like replacing pieces, or you've got like an old project guitar, check their stuff out. It's super easy to work with, and yeah, it's great. I enjoy it. I think it sounds great. I'm going to be playing this guitar live for the first time tomorrow as of shooting this, so it's going to be, by the time this is out, I will have played it. Maybe I'll add a little bit to the end of this video. We will see. But yeah, that's the Musiclily trem. It's awesome. All this hardware from Musiclily is awesome. Mexican Strat, Aurora Tone pickups. Check it out. It's pretty cool.